Good afternoon and happy Sunday, punters, bringing you all the action today from the Kalgoorlie Boulder Race Club. My name is Tessa Daly and I'm joined by Michael Heaton as our form analyst today. Michael, back on your home turf yet again, the third week in a row. Very lucky for you, but looks like it's set to be a fantastic day of racing. We've got the Kambalda Cup as well that comes up at our penultimate event today. 7 races to be run and won and set to be a great day.
It certainly is. The Cups are starting now, Tessa. Good afternoon to you and our viewers and on-course patrons here at the Kalgoorlie Boulder Racing Club. Kambalda Cup today, Tats Cup in a fortnight, Coolgardie Cup a fortnight after that. Then it's the Boulder Cup, the Hannan's Handicap and the Kalgoorlie Cup. So we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of the Kalgoorlie racing season now. So I'm looking forward to today. It's the launching pad for the rest of the Cups.
Absolutely. And we will be getting on our CEO here later on as well, in Craig Smith, to chat about the Golden Saddle as well, because that's really exciting. Obviously comes up on Cup Day here on the 4th of October as well. But set to be a big day of racing, as mentioned, focusing now on today's program. We did have a little bit of rain here this morning. Last week, if you were tuned in, you would have seen us both shivering throughout the whole day. It was freezing. It's a lot better weather today. I have packed my stockings and my thermals. Thanks, Michael, for the heads up there. But it is currently 19 degrees. The track is a soft 6, but potentially could be a slight upgrade to a soft 5. How do we see things playing out today?
Looking on speed for the whole day, the rail's in the 7-metre position. It's been dominated by on-speed horses the last few meetings. This is the first time we've raced at the 7, but we've raced at the 8, 9 and 10, and they were both, all the 3 of those meetings were predominantly on speed. So I think 6 of the 7 horses I've tipped today, I'm expecting to settle in the first 2 or 3.
Touching on that as well, before we preview the runners in the first, your best bets on today's program.
Well, I like one here in the first, Cool Nick, a maiden that's travelling from Pierce Racing's yard, from Carn up there, and also later in the day on Just Terms in race 5. And in the Kambalda Cup, I like Close at Hand as well. So all 3 of those horses I think will settle in the first couple and should be hard to beat.
Appears the crew here are very keen to get underway, so we'll commence our preview with the 1 ahead of race number 1, Messy Session. Ashley Maley, Maddie Derrick.
First up, no trial here. Only had the 3 runs last preparation, but ran last in each of them. Raced from 1,000 to 1,600 metres, but didn't fire a shot in any. So we'll go around a big price here first up.
The 2 is Token King, Justin Robbins, Ava Caterino.
4th up, 28 days between runs, but also hasn't beaten a runner home this preparation. Was wide throughout last start, but still beaten 15 lengths and beaten a furlong the couple of starts prior to that. Pretty hard to recommend.
The 3 is Barbie Land, first time here at Kalgoorlie, Tom Wolfe, Alex Hearn.
4th start this preparation, been racing on the fibre sand at Bunbury, the 3 runs this preparation, and has been racing over 950 metres at each of those 3 runs when racing on speed, but just fading a little bit late. So you think the 1,100 metres initially I thought might be a stretch, but she actually has placed over 1,200 metres previously. She is race fit, and she's probably the likely leader as well.
The 4 is Shine and Burn, Helen Harding, Zephyr Johnson Porter.
3rd up this preparation. First up was Only Fair. Last start sat in behind the speed and just appeared to be stretched a little bit at the 1,200, but back to 1,100 metres here might be a little bit better. My main concern though is that she is an on-speed type and there's a fair bit of speed drawn to her inside.
The 5 on the very quick backup here 4 days ago, High Lung, Jeremy Easthope and Chanel Cooper.
It was beaten 6 lengths in that race as well. Best run to date was when finishing 4th, beaten 2.5 lengths in a Narrogin Maiden handicap. So hasn't set the world on fire through her lightly raced career. She's another that would have to improve.
The 6 is Throw Me a Kiss, Paul Tapper and Lisa Staples.
3rd up from a freshen up here, has been going okay. Did her best work late last time out. I think probably wants a little bit further and is coming back 100 metres, which was my concern today, especially as I am playing horses close to the speed here today, but I think she's been going better than reads on paper.
The 7, a new horse to Peter Fernie's yard, is New Hymn Sheet. Lakdara Molly rides.
Previously trained by Simon Miller, freshened 5 weeks between runs here, but didn't really fire a shot at Perth this preparation. Was pretty plain in all 3 runs. This is a grade or 2 below and does drop back from 14 to 1,100 metres off the freshen up, so perhaps an improver, but I've snuck her in for 4th, but I do prefer others.
The 8 is Cole Nick, 3rd race start today. Dan and Ben Pearce and Joey has a party.
Yeah, I like him today. I've got him on top. He's one of my better bets on the program. I thought he trialled up really, really nicely. First up, he just got too keen in front, but it was a much stronger race than what he finds here. Like the 3-year-olds against the older horses, they get in really well at the weights. And he was also on the rail first up on a day where all the winners throughout the rest of the program came down the middle and outside of the track. So he was in the quicksand. This is a lot easier. If he could be in the first 2 or 3, I think he's hard to beat.
Said all the right things here, Michael, as I've got Ben Pearce standing next to me here. Ben, you've just come back from Broome. I hope you had a great holiday away, but how was the trip out here today?
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise coming into the torrential rain and the river flowing out the front of the racecourse. But yeah, no, it's we've brought 6 horses up. Got a few nice chances there.
Cool, Nick. What are the impressions here, I guess, behind the scenes? Third race start today. First time probably travelling this distance as well.
Yeah, I think he's a nice horse. His trial was really good. First up, I think we can forgive him. Like Michael said, he was on the wrong part of the track that day. He also raced quite fierce. I think he's going to come on a lot from that run. Instructions
to Joey before?
Yeah, just go with him. I think sort of Willie got in a bit of a blue with him last start, and he's the sort of horse that you've kind of just got to go with the flow a bit and let him be himself.
Looks to be a really exciting type, hopefully in the future as well for you. You've also got a few other runners later on in the Boulder Cup as well. What do we like there?
I'm really happy with the way Platinum Shot's going. Just a little bit concerned that she's going to end up sort of 3-4 back the fence, and she's going to need a bit of luck from there. I think Influencing's a good each way chance. He's had one start at the track and won really well, so I think he can find his form again.
Really good opportunity as well, supporting the young apprentices, so hopefully we can get a win for them.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, just getting that bit of weight off helps as well.
Hopefully, chat to you later on after this win, hopefully here in the first. Good luck today.
Thank you.
There's Ben Pearce, and the last horse to preview here in race number 1 is I'm Genevieve on race debut here today. Peter Fernie, Holly Nottle.
Yes, first up here, and I've liked the trials of this filly as well. The last preparation, the 1,000-metre trial, she hit the line really well from back in the field, and the most recent trial, she showed speed to settle outside leader. She won. She defeated Cold Pursuit by just about a length, but there was a big gap back to the third-placed horse. She gets in with only 50.5 kilos here, so she has absolutely no weight. She's certainly going to be hard to beat. She's favourite for the race. I think she lands outside leader, but there is some speed drawn underneath her through Barbie Land and Call Nick, so it might be a little bit sticky through the early stages, but if she can get across to that outside leader position, she'll be hard to beat.
Touching on that as well, now looking at the market, she is our favourite, as you mentioned, Michael. $3.50 on opening into $2.25. As mentioned, only carries the 50.5 kilos. Holly Nottle riding in tremendous form. Last Sunday rode a treble in Port Hedland, including the 2 features in the Port Hedland Cup. Call Nick, you're on top of here, Michael, is on the second line of betting. $3.50 into $2.90, now out to $4.20. Barbie Land, the next best, has had all 3 race starts here in WA on the fibre sand. There's been a lot of winners come off that fibre sand form. For Tom Wolfe and Alex Hearn, $3 out to $5. New hymn sheet is at $7, in from $11 as well, so there's a bit of support there. New horse to the Fernie yard, Shine and Burn, is at $10. Throw Me a Kiss, $16. High Lung, $31. Messy Session is $91. And Token King also at the $91 quote. How do we see things playing out here in the opener?
Well, Call Nick's been an alarming drifter here, $3.50 into $2.90, but now out to $4.40 late because of this support for the debutante I'm Genevieve has been enormous. $3.50 into $2.20, but I'm sticking with Call Nick. I think he's a nice horse. I really liked his trial. I liked his trial last preparation as well over the 400 metres. First up, he raced in a Saturday race. He's got a run under his belt. He was on the wrong part of the track. He did everything wrong over racing. This is lengths inferior to that race. He was still only beaten 4 lengths despite all those things going wrong. If he can lead or even lead us back, I think he's really hard to beat, so I'm sticking with him. I think $4.40 is certainly over the odds. 8 for me from 9, 3 and 7. 9 being our well-supported favourite, the debutante I'm Genevieve. I've liked the trials across multiple preparations. She's done it from off-speed in the trials. She's done it from on-speed. Personally, I think she lands outside leader here, and the 50.5 kilos on her back certainly helps. 3, Barbie Land can probably lead this race if they want. Alex Hearn jumps back aboard today, typically an aggressive rider. She's been coming off those 950 metre runs at the fibre sand where she's been pretty solid. And I'll throw in 7, New hymn sheet, who was pretty plain in the 3 runs this preparation, but freshened up 5 weeks between runs, joins Peter Fernie's yard now and drops back in trip off the freshen up. Her best version of herself, you'd think off that trial and first up run, she'd be competitive in a race like this. 8, 9, 3 and 7, but I'm with Call Nick despite the drift.
8, 9, 3 and 7 here for Michael Heaton, ahead of the first of 7 to be run and won at the Kalgoorlie Boulder Racing Club with 8 on top, and Michael's best of the day, as mentioned, Call Nick at $4.40. Runners are behind the barriers now in the hands of the starter, about to start the loading process, so we will hand you upstairs and say a very good afternoon to Royce Newton, who's calling home all the action on today's program.
Good afternoon to you, Tess. Good afternoon, Michael. And everybody on course. Runners are starting to load here for the first. This is the Bmgs Maiden going over the short course, the 1100 metres. Haylung locked away. Coming forward now, Nick, who will jump from barrier 2. Joey Azzopardi makes his first appearance at the KBRC for season 2025 today. Here comes Barbie Land. Barbie Land locked away. The rider of Shine and Burn, Zephyr Johnson Porter, just out of the saddle, taking the weight off the horse's back. There goes Messy Session into the outside stall. From the Ash Bailey yard, of course, he has gone drinking, and Sluice Box engaged a little bit later on the program. The feature is race 6, the Terra Drilling Campbelder Cup, the lead-up local race, if you like, for the Hannon's Handicap. So just a couple to come forward. 225, I'm Genevieve. From the Unwanted Nick out to 440, $4.80 Barbie Land. They're the three main players. New hymn sheet freshened for this run, and perhaps on a slightly firmer ground today, being kept safe in the market at $7. There's Token King on screen. He's 100 to 1. This is start number 4 for Token King. Trapeze artist 4-year-old. I'm Genevieve on debut in the customary Andrew Ingalls silks. So just a couple to come forward here. One coming up riderless, and that is New Hymn Sheet. So Lactar Ramoli to jump up into the machine. Token King to come forward. Had plenty of rain this morning in Kalgoorlie, Boulder, but it seems to have eased off now. The track, a soft 6, the rail at 7 metres for today's program. As I'm Genevieve on debut, comes forward. Red lights on, stand by, gates fly back. They're off in the first from Kalgoorlie. Shine and Burn just restrained to the tail of the field. Nick with early speed, pushing forward Barbie Land as well. They were being followed by Messy Session. Haylung getting into a nice position, fourth the fence, followed next of all by I'm Genevieve. A further 2 lengths then to Token King with his head up in the air, followed by New Hymn Sheet. Shine and Burn is second last, and at the tail it's Throw Me a Kiss, so 8 lengths covers the field as they go onto the Charles Street side of the course, and it's Nick the leader, shows out by 3/4 of a length Barbie Land. They were followed next of all to the inside. Haylung, I'm Genevieve was next. Then we had Messy Session, who's midfield by itself. Down on the inside, New Hymn Sheet. We've had a fall, and there's been a fall on the far side there on the point of the turn. Throw Me a Kiss. The rider's come down, and we'll keep you updated, so to his feet. But yeah, it's Nick with 300 metres to run. Haylung the outside. Now I'm Genevieve starting to extend nicely. They were followed by Shine and Burn, but it's I'm Genevieve on debut who's going to go home and break through at start number 1. I'm Genevieve wins, second Haylung, third Shine and Burn, fourth New Hymn Sheet. They were followed in next of all by Nick. Then we had next of all Messy Session, Barbie Land. And we've had a fall here. The Token King and also Throw Me a Kiss, the two that have come down. That's Ava Caterino and Lisa Staples. So not what you like to see, but Lisa Staples just with Ava at the 400 metre mark. And the ambulance in quick action to get to the 400 metre mark there. So Lisa on her feet and comforting Ava, who is just lying down at this point in time. So numbers here, 954, 107.83 is the winning gallop here. A nice win by I'm Genevieve, of course, overshadowed by this fall. We'll keep you up to date as we can. 7 goes into the frame for fourth, 954.7, 3 lengths by a neck. I'm Genevieve on debut today gets the job done by contributor from Our Princess, owned by Andrew Ingalls, also Annabelle Ingalls, Miss G Ingalls and Miss G Ingalls. Pete Fernie, the trainer, Holly Nottle in the saddle. 5 gets second, that's Haylung for Jeremy Easthope. And Chanel Cooper by War Chant from Arabian Angel, owned by C Street. Third in the 4, that's Shine and Burn. Helen Harding, Zephyr Johnston Porter by A Lot from Chaya, owned by Chris Harding and Miss J Barry. Fourth in the 7, that's New Hymn Sheet for Pete Fernie and Lactar Ramoli. Race 2 is next, the Aquila Mining Proprietary Limited Maiden over the 1400 metres. No scratchings there. Your early favourite is Perfect Ruler at $4. We'll take this opportunity to go down into the yard after the win here of I'm Genevieve.
Thanks, Royce. I'm joined by Peter Fernie here. I'm Genevieve, Pete. Really nice debut, obviously, and carrying just the 50.5. What were the expectations going into today?
Yeah, I thought she'd win. She's a very smart horse. She's very, very progressive. She's going to be a really nice horse. The name just holds her back a little bit. Not really happy about her name, but other than that, she's all right.
Give me the background on the name then. Everyone at home wants to know.
Oh, it's named after the golden child, Andrew's daughter. She gets everything, so... And now he's even naming horses after her.
Well, hopefully it's just going to be a successful horse and continue to win plenty of races. Where do you look to next? Obviously, it's a pretty tricky question. Race debut today, see how she pulls up, but looked like a pretty nice win.
Yeah, she's only 3. She'll most probably head back down to Perth and have a couple of runs down there, I'd say. Racing them older horses in the Class 2 makes it quite difficult for them.
Very big team in today. We've got the Campbell Cup later on today. I've got to ask about my favourite horse, Feuding. Just carries the 53, I believe, today with Holly's Claim as well. Yeah,
well, let's hope Holly can ride it like that one. He's going really good. Don't know about the 14, but I think he should be thereabouts today.
Any other pushes from your big, strong team in today?
I like Style Diva each way in the 1760. I think she's ready to run a good race.
Congratulations here. Hopefully chat to you soon.
Thank you.
There's Pete Fernie, and we'll grab a word with Holly Nottle in a second there, Michael. Fantastic win. As mentioned earlier in our preview, Holly's riding in tremendous form and continues to ride well and rides a winner here at Kalgoorlie today.
Yeah, that was a dominant victory, wasn't it? 3 lengths in the end by this debutante. Settled off the speed, but just rounded them up with ease. The way that she extended and put them away in a matter of strides was the win of a very, very nice horse. This is only a Kalgoorlie maiden, but I just love the way she legs them there. She let down brilliantly, and for a 3-year-old, newly turned 3-year-old filly, you'd think that she would only just get better and better. Only had the 50.5 kilos on her back, but still did it with a air of authority. I'll grab a word from Holly now. Holly, off the speed here, didn't worry this filly. When she let down with a brilliant finish.
Yeah, no, she did. In her trials, she looks like she lets down nicely, and I think Mr. Fernie just wanted her to settle in the race, which she did, and she came home super strong. Newly
turned 3-year-old filly, first race start. How did she handle it behaviour-wise before the race and in running?
Yeah, she was good. She was a little bit nervous, I'd say, but no, she handled herself really well.
Soft 6 track today. How's the track feel with the rain we've had this morning? It was a fair bit pre-race.
I think it's all right.
Well, good for you. You've ridden the winner. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Holly Nottle combining with Peter Fernie, and I'm Genevieve on race debut here today. She gets the job done nice and early in her career. 9, 5, 4 and 7 were the numbers here in the first. We will be sure to give you an update as well on the fallen riders here in the first and make sure we'll get back to you on that ahead of race number 2.